Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another video. Now in this one we're going to be playing around with QMK again. So there is a bunch of updates to QMK which caused a bunch of issues with my layout. So this video will just be going through how I solved those issues. And if you guys have like the same issues, you'll know what to do. So the story with this is, the last time I made an update was in October 2022. So almost like a fucking year ago now. No, well, not a year ago, like 6 months at least. So yeah, now as you can see, there are almost 2,000 different changes, which is pretty cool. And so the major changes were stuff to do with the RGB matrix. So before, so I just scroll up to the driver that I use here. I think it was this one. Maybe not. Oh yeah, it was the first one, yeah. So before, in the RGB driver, it was just like these. There was no, like, you didn't need to specify a driver fucking version kind of thingy. But now you do, which is great. So how I solved that is in my shared defines. Before I just had like this here, and so for the left side I just added this one, and then for the right side I just added this one. Now luckily these boys did the changes that were required in here somewhere. Where was it? Yeah, there it is. So these were the new changes that were required, and luckily the ergo docs boys, they did it for me. So I didn't need to change this or anything like that, but this is basically the change that is required here. So in my thing where I specify like all the colors, you now just need to specify left side, right side, and also you need to update this to be RGB matrix LED count, and then update this as well, and it should be fine after that. And so then for this, yeah, just update this variable here as well. This used to be like driver count or something, driver LED count, but now it's going to need to be RGB matrix LED count, and it works just fine. Also here, because now we have 4 values instead of 3, so you just need to kind of increase both of them, since 0 here would be the driver, which driver it is basically. So that's how that works. Then over here, this used to be void, but now they wanted it to be Boolean. So yeah, I'll just show you the change here. I think it was somewhere. Okay, I don't have it open, but yeah, basically like this function is like called within another function, then the default behavior is run in the other function if you return false, which is kind of what we need if we don't want to do anything. But if we want to do something, then we just need to return true. Otherwise it'll get overwritten by the parent function that calls this function basically. So it wasn't too big of a change here, just had like return false here, return true here. So yeah, next thing after that was the leader key. That was kind of the next big thing that was changed. So I'll just show you the documentation here. Okay, I don't have it open again, but yeah, where is it? Leader. Let me just search for leader. Yeah, leader key rework. Is there like a link to this? Yeah, there we go. Leader key documentation. So now the leader key is actually like a proper function instead of a macro. So if I go into like the commits here, I think I can browse files. Yeah, so if I go into keyboards, Ergo docs easy. Key maps. And then this one. And inside the leader key. So as you can see here, you needed to call this function here to load some external variables. And then the whole thing is like inside a macro, which is great. Not really. But now the whole thing is inside a function. So as you can see here, it's like a proper well-defined function. And then you can call these well-defined functions here as well, instead of calling another macro within a macro. So yeah, it's a lot better now. Everything else is kind of the same. So as you can see, I didn't change the send string at all, because they're all like perfectly valid. It was just kind of the formatting of this thing. And since it's its own function, it no longer lives inside the void matrix can, which is pretty good. So you can leave this to bunny hopping. Yeah, bunny hopping and scrolling. So yeah, I can scroll with my keyboard instead of using the mouse, which is, pretty good. All right, so next. So after this was kind of it for the kind of big changes. The rest of the stuff was simply, so inside the macros, it's all the same. It's just this key code changed the name. So there's just a bunch of those name changes. But when you're compiling, it will throw an error saying like, oh, this is undefined or whatever. And then you can just go search for what it actually changed to now. But there wasn't any like major reworks. It was just kind of changing the name. There's probably reworks in the background, but to us, it's just the name of the thing changed. The same here as well. Funnily, it's the semicolon again. Here, yeah, so the left bracket, right bracket, they all changed names as well. No US backslash, this changed as well. And that was it. And so for the key map itself, here it's just literally all the name changes. So if I make this a little bit bigger, it's just a bunch of name changes. And that's it. Everything else like works as expected. The firmware size is roughly the same as what I got before. I don't remember fully what it was, but we can check with this thing. So right now it's using 90%. If I open up the old one that I had, so this is the one that I kind of backed up. It actually looks bigger. Let's see, 90%. No, okay, it's still around the same. So that's pretty good. There was no like big increase in firmware size, so that's pretty handy. Let's see what else was here. Yeah, there wasn't really anything else, I don't think. I did. So we can look at the commit history. So yeah, share defines, RGB, key map. Yeah, so that's literally all. So update new okay changes. Oh yeah, shit, I forgot to add them. Just okay. Great. Push that stuff. This is gonna be quite a big push. Oh no, it's fairly small, not too bad. I was wondering because it's like almost 2,000 fucking things. But anyway, so if I go back here, go back to my own branch that I have, is a 56 commits ahead. So if we take a look at the most recent commit here, yeah, so the merge, the initial merge from master wasn't too bad. I'm not sure if this will load. Okay, so it's gonna change. Yeah, okay, that's kind of useless. But anyway, there wasn't like too many merge conflicts. It was just some stuff in the Ergo docs. They added some animations by default for some reason, so I just kind of commented them out. I'll actually show you what they added. Where is it? Big. Yeah, so they added these animations up here for some reason. I don't know why. I just commented them out. I don't care. Even though they like added a bunch of shit down here as well, but it is grand. So yeah, here's the change that I did today to make everything work. So you can see it's just mostly like renaming the keys. So it used to be called like b slash, but now they changed it fully to backslash for some reason. And then a bunch of renames here as well. Then a bunch of renames here. So on and so on and so on and so on and so on. And yeah, this commit looks a little bit messed up because it's kind of the same thing but in its own function, so Git kind of messed it up a little bit. It's kind of hard to follow what is actually happening here. So yeah, here's the macros. It's just literally changing the names. And then here's the LED controls. So here it's just literally changing the names again, specifying the right version this time and stuff like that. So you're just gonna go down. Here, yeah, so instead of using driver LED, you now need to use this thing here. And just update that. And yeah, so change this to return something, so do that. And then, oh yeah, this thing got renamed. Well, I think it was just removed. I think it was always safe range, but Ergodox had it for some reason as easy. But whatever, safe range is fine. Yeah, same warning applies. It will send random key codes, which is really annoying. I had this issue. It took me forever to fucking solve it. Jesus, it was so annoying. So here is just specifying left. I know there's a way to do this with the macro, but I don't really know macros that much or at all even. So it's gonna be kind of two separate things for now until I can figure it out. Since this is defined, it shouldn't matter in terms of performance anyway, because like the compiler just replaces this with this, and so if you just come across this, it'll just replace it with this, so it doesn't really matter for performance that much. And so yeah, that's all the changes that were needed. Quite some big changes, but that's how it is. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.